Going on, guys? Getting in the green. We're going to kind of take our first look at DraftKings here, give you guys something a little new. We haven't seen the salaries yet, so we're going to take our first look at these prices with you guys and kind of what stands out and what we see as like just sticker shock of guys kind of just being overvalued. So let's get a little start on this week, and let's start with quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'm looking. Obviously, I see the top guys at the top: Kyler Murray, Mahomes. Good matchups, especially Murray. But what sticks out to me, especially when you're looking way cheaper, Matthew Stafford at 7,100. It's probably the first one that really popped at me. They're playing Detroit. We saw what happened this week when they're playing against a shit team. Stafford is looking great. He's got his weapons completely ready to go. Stafford is at least safe at 7,100. I'll have to put more thought into who I think the actual top scoring guy is going to be, maybe in a more competitive game. But from a safe 25-point performance, Stafford 7,100 sticks out to me so far.
I really like that Stafford play. Up here at the top, I mean, depending on tonight, we're recording this before the Monday night game. If Tennessee's secondary is completely, getting destroyed, Mahomes is, I think, a great play at 8,400. We saw that guy's floor is like 22 fantasy points. They're in must-win mode at this point, and if Tennessee can't stop Buffalo tonight, they're not stopping Kansas City. So I do like Mahomes up at the top. Brady's interesting to me, kind of here at 7,700. I think they should cruise against the Bears. And then, Stafford's a really safe play. I do like Tua down here as kind of a value early look here. 5,500 playing at home against Atlanta. He looked great in that London game over the weekend.
I don't dislike Tua. I'm with you, but I'm actually on the flip side there. I like Matt Ryan at almost the same price, 5,700. Miami's defense looked strong in the first half, then kind of looked pretty vulnerable against the crappy Jacksonville there. Matt Ryan at Atlanta is actually starting to look better. I think Cordell Patterson has a huge reason on why they're moving the ball more. But I like Matt Ryan. I like that game being a shootout in general, and I like Matt Ryan a little bit more to score more passing touchdowns there.
Yeah, nothing catches my eye below that.
No, that's probably the lowest I'm going so far.
I don't really see too many pivots here. I think the Rodgers game could be decent. Early look, it looks like I'm going to be playing a lot of Mahomes, Stafford, and then my value play is probably going to be Tua here.
All right, let's go on to running backs here. Man, all right, obviously you got Derrick Henry's 9,200. I mean, I like the match with Kansas City. Just first look, gut reaction, that's too much. I'm not going to be able to pay for that guy.
That's a monster price tag.
Yeah, it's too much.
I really wish they would have had this game they're having tonight first, because I think it would have brought him down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the first one sticks out to me. I like Darrell Henderson a lot.
6,600. He got a little price bumped. I think it was 6,000 last week. So, but yeah, I mean,
scored great. He's
Detroit can't stop
playing
anything.
Detroit is literally one of the worst run defenses, other than maybe the Chargers. Looks good there.
I kind of like Fournette, 6,400. I think that's in play. He's absolutely become the alpha one there in Tampa. So,
yeah, you know what I like. I just mentioned it, but I like Cordell Patterson. I mean, I do like Fournette. I think Chicago still has a decent defense. I just think their offense does them no favors on where they put them. I think we got a shootout here, Atlanta, Miami. Cordell Patterson's clearly the top running back there, and I mean he's catching enough passes to be just a productive receiver alone. So I really like Cordell Patterson there at 6,300.
61 for Chuba Hubbard's pretty interesting. They should have a smash spot against the Giants' weak defense. He just hasn't fully performed, but I mean if there was ever going to be a game where he was going to have a good day, I mean he has played. He scored 21 when they got the Philly defense, 13.5 against Minnesota. So, I mean, they were down big against Dallas. Yeah, I mean, I could see him going off. He's not probably going to be the safest play there, but I like Swift, too, 6,000.
Yeah, Swift's shown that he can make value even in blowouts just because he's catching so many passes. He finds a way to get in the end zone. So, yeah. I don't know if I love him against the Rams. It's such a brutal matchup, but definitely has some value there. Very similar to the Cordell Patterson. He just catches so many balls.
I also think, like, even Devin Booker, who just played the Rams, had 12 carries for 40 yards, 4 catches for 28 yards.
Yeah.
Swift's a much better player than this guy. I could definitely see Swift kind of having a good day.
I like Darrell Williams again. I liked him last week. He performed for me. He's 5,800 again. Obviously, the 2 touchdowns bailed him out to have a really big day versus a mediocre day. But I mean, 5,800, you're still getting a pretty cheap player. It should be a super explosive game as well against Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee's very good defense. He's interesting to me at first look.
Gibson, who's right there, I saw some news that guy's going through like an MRI on his leg. If he finally misses the game that he should have missed weeks ago, so he could have rested this thing, like I'm interested to see where like a J.D. McKissick kind of ends up in that game.
He had a great game this week. He had 19 points. If he's the bell cow, he's going to catch a lot of passes. I like McKissick a lot in that spot. And
He had 8 catches for 65 yards. And they're going to be down there against Green Bay most likely, so
that's about it that sticks out to me. I mean, obviously, like, Herbert's interesting at 5,200 coming off his game, but Tampa Bay is such a bad matchup. I don't like it necessarily.
And Damian Williams was COVID, right? So I mean, he
could
chance that guy's back this
exactly.
week. So, and yeah, you're not running on that Tampa defense, which is I think Tampa's in a smash spot there.
All right, let's go on to receivers. I'm where I was last week on this one. You know, obviously all the top dogs have their own value. I'm on Cooper Kupp again at 84. If I'm going to pay up, the guy is just too consistent. As we've seen, even these big names, I think their ceiling is no higher than Kupp's. He's that good. He's on that explosive an offense. Kupp's floor is just second to none almost. His bad games, he still scores 15, 16. He's getting so many catches. If he gets in the end zone, he's going to score 30. So out of the top guys, I'm still all on Kupp, and I like Stafford and the Rams this week in general.
Yeah, Kupp's definitely the pay up here. Adams has been screwing people over. Hill, who ended up having a good game, I will probably pair up with some Mahomes, but he kind of sketched me out with his injury, and I think he almost left the game at one point.
Yeah, he did.
Had to come back out, so that's a little scary up at the top, but we'll see. Hopkins, no way I'm playing that guy. No more. No McLaurin, Ridley. Ridley, if Ridley's healthy at $6,600.
It's interesting.
If I know you're on the Matt Ryan train here, and I know he hasn't, even scored 20 yet this year, but
he hasn't played bad either.
He's also gotten double-digit targets in 3 of the last 4.
You can live with 19, 14, and 15.
His wasn't even an injury, was it? It was like a personal issue that he didn't go to London.
We need to get a little more info on that. I have no idea if he's playing, if he's not playing. I have no idea.
I think I saw a thing that he's practicing this week, so I think he's back with the team, but I have no idea what happened with that guy.
There's no information on that. I don't know if this was like a conduct thing. I don't know if this was a personal tragedy
death in the family.
I just don't know.
I'm loving this Antonio Brown price point. The guy they don't price this guy up, and he is wide receiver 1 in Tampa. I also, it's very lightly talked about the Tom Brady injury, but that guy has seemed to want to check down and hand off a little more.
Yeah.
And Antonio Brown's eating, man. I like 6,300. I might be rolling him out in every lineup.
I'm going to roll it out. I've loved this guy all year. He was my biggest steal of the draft. He's getting more targets every week. He just came off his best target game with 13 targets. Obviously the talent's there. Obviously the skill's there. He looks like a beast. Must play. You're getting top-notch ceiling potential there. 6,300 with another safe floor. So
Julio, I'd be interested to see kind of what happens tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna see how he looks, but it is interesting.
I'm not playing him anymore. Marquise Brown's definitely live for a deep ball, but I think Bateman getting worked into that lineup really took some of those targets and those possession plays.
Yeah.
So Brown's a big boomer bust now.
Yep. Next 2 guys that stand out. I know we were big on them last week, and I like Shepard again at 5,600. Had a good game. I love the guy Waddle right beneath him, 5,600.
Yeah, what a monster game he had. Let me look this up.
Monster game, I think.
13 targets.
Yeah, 28, 29 points.
Yeah, 10 receptions for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns. He also had a touchdown week 1 with Tua. This is Tua's guy.
Yeah, Tua feeds him. He runs the right route.
Is Parker even going to be back?
He's a maybe, but I don't even know if it affects him. Parker's the deeper ball. I think Waddle's still going to get that possession look. Waddle looks great. I like him there.
Shepard, to me, this comes down to if Tony plays. Shepard ended up making a decent day for himself there at the end. Had 10 catches, but Tony left on the first drive of the game after having 3 catches for 36 yards. I think Tony's the one now if he's healthy. That guy looks so explosive. I think they're having a hard time not throwing that guy the ball when he's in the game, but I'm not sure if he's going to play. He rolled up on that ankle again.
Yeah, there's a lot of question marks. Obviously, I want to see Tony back. I also want to see if Galladay's back. Still some question marks there for sure.
You know, Ruggs looked great.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know what he ended actually up, but I mean, this guy was constantly on the screen.
I just don't know if he's getting enough volume.
Yeah, 4 targets is tough.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, Philly's secondary's not good.
Yeah.
The guy's definitely live for a deep ball. So, yeah, 4 targets is kind of tough, though.
Then as we go down,
Kirk, yeah.
Who do you like?
I like Jacoby Myers against the Jets, man. I really want this guy to get in the end zone.
He got one called back.
I know, God, he was so pumped, man. You could see it in his face, and they had a holding penalty. They bring it back. This guy's just due for a touch. He's a legitimate receiver. Mac Jones does like this guy. They're playing the Jets. Come on, man. Let's get this touchdown. I think Myers has a good price point here.
Hardman's interesting to me at 4,300. Obviously, he had a fumble that lost him a couple points here, but he's getting some volume. Got 5 targets, 4 for 62. Got a carry as well. He's getting more involved in the offense. He's just an interesting play, not a must play off. But if you think that's a high scoring game,
God, you know the one who the guy just can't capitalize on anything. But Robbie Anderson has been getting massive volume.
Yeah, he's just dropping shit.
And yeah, overthrown, underthrown, drop. The guy should have had 4 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They're just not syncing up. But that's 4,800 against the Giants. I don't know. I might throw him in a couple stacks. Yeah, Hardman's interesting. St. Brown, don't buy the hype. This guy got 5 catches on 1 drive. He had 0 points for me going into the last drive of the game. Ended up scoring 9, but definitely don't trust that guy anymore.
And the last one that sticks out to me, at least, is down to 3,400. Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, I like Bateman. He looked good.
He did look good. Obviously, he's still a little bit on a snap count. He's getting more and more into the offense here, and they obviously are a run-heavy offense, but 4 for 29 on 6 targets in his first game back. Obviously, he's a very talented guy. Was a high draft pick here. Interested to see where he turns up.
I'm kind of interested in seeing Nico Collins as well at 3,200. Had 6 targets, 4 catches for 44 yards his first game back. I know Arizona's tough, but Houston's going to be down big in this game, and
yeah,
that's not a bad flyer there. There's not much down here anymore in that $3,000 range to really. It makes me. I haven't tried to put anything together yet. I'm probably not going to be able to afford Derrick Henry this week.
No.
For the simple fact that I don't see enough value down here to kind of put a lineup together.
All right, let's move into tight ends here. Let's see, right off the bat, I like Andrews again at 6,000.
Yeah, Kelsey's way too expensive.
Kelsey's too much. Honestly, I wish Pitts was a little cheaper. I do like Pitts. I think he's going to build off that performance. 59 though that's a serious price for a tight end off of one good game.
I don't know though. I mean, it is, but you got a prime matchup. I don't know if I'm playing Mark Andrews over Pitts with the matchups that they're looking at. But you got Ridley back too though, and that was a big factor for Pitts kind of going off.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Well, I'll keep an eye on it. I got to think more on that one. I do like the shootout. Hawkinson's interesting to me. Obviously, a very tough matchup at 5,100. I mean, he's getting priced cheap again. Guy looked much more like his week 1 and 2 performance here. 11 targets, 8 for 74, 15.4 points.
Yeah.
Not a bad play.
Gesicki stands 4,700, and like I said, I'm on this Tua resurgence here. He likes to drop off, and this guy, he was consistent when Tua was out, but now, I mean, went over 100 yards there. That's an interesting spot for Gesicki.
Gronk's boom or bust there at 48. If he's back, is interesting, very interesting to me.
Goddard, if he comes off of COVID, is now that they've traded out Ertz, it's not a bad play. Higbee, I mean, the guy's always live for a touchdown. Let's see. Oh, here's my guy, though. Ricky Seals-Jones, 3,700.
Yeah. Still
super cheap. I mean, the guy he's rolling that Logan Thomas roll out there, and he looks good, man.
He does.
Ertz is
a sleeper against Houston, but I may need to see that one. I mean, the guy's got to learn the offense and get a little bit. He's a sleeper, though, for sure, because Kyler does like his tight ends.
Where's oh, here he is. What did Hunter Henry end up doing?
He got a touchdown, but that's about it. I don't think he did.
Got a touchdown in 3 straight games, though.
True, but even with that touchdown, he only scored 10.
Yeah. Johnny's not getting any work, huh?
No, he's done. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, tight ends, short and simple for you guys. Yeah. A couple, though, I like up at the top. I think Kelsey, man, the guy's just too expensive, but pretty pretty consistent fucking guy, though.
He is.
All right, defense. I already looked at the games this week, so there's a couple just absolute blowouts in the afternoon. Oh, yep, they're right here at the top.
Yeah.
Rams at $5,000, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Rams do smash them, but that's expensive.
I'd rather save the 1,000 and take Tampa. You know, when I looked at this game, what's the one thing, Tampa's D does give up points. What's the one thing you can't do on Tampa is you can't run the ball on Tampa.
Yeah.
What's the only thing Chicago can do right now?
Yeah,
is run the ball.
Yeah.
No way Justin Fields is going to shred them down the field. I think Tampa might score a couple touchdowns here. I do like Tampa at 4,000.
Then another game you and me just generally like from a betting perspective is Arizona here at 3,100.
Yeah.
Arizona looked damn
it's a good price.
Their defense looked great against Cleveland in general. Scored 12 against a much better offense, even if banged up. Houston is one of the worst teams. That's a great
Mills is going to get eaten alive by that defensive line. He's also not mobile at all back there.
Yeah.
3,100. That might be a smash spot.
That is a smash. The only other one that sticks out to me, and it's just interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it more. But it's the Ravens at 2,900. Ravens obviously looked incredible against the Chargers. Cincinnati has looked great against offense though, too. So they got 11 points.
Giants, Jets. Not much down here at the bottom for a punt play either. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't like any of these bottom guys. The problem with this week, and so I saw when I looked at the actual schedule, is there's some absolute smash games.
Yeah.
And then some okay games there in the middle. But there's a wide discrepancy between the top dogs playing some. I mean, just look, Tampa, the Rams, and Arizona, 3 of the top 4 teams in the NFC are playing the Lions, the Bears, and the Texans. Like, the discrepancy here between the top and the bottom is insane.
Exactly.
Yeah, so not many punt plays. Yeah, I think, honestly, I'm looking at this. I might just smash on Arizona here at 3,100.
That's what it's looking like.
Or pay up. I like Tampa, but again, we'll see what kind of money I got left. But, yeah, Arizona's a good play there. Look, guys, that's kind of just our first opinion on everything. Don't base a lineup off this. We still got to go through all the stats, all the routes run from last weekend. And we'll get back to you guys Thursday with kind of a full breakdown. We're also doing showdown slates. So, look, check in. We'll have a Thursday night showdown slate for you, Sunday night showdown slate, and we already put out Monday showdown slate. So like and subscribe, follow along, and let's get some money this week.